Did you know that the only active volcano on mainland Europe is located in Italy? Or that more than one-third of Italy's land surface is covered by mountains? What if I told you that Italy has more climate zones per square kilometer than any other country in Europe? Well, Italy is full of crazy facts like these. So settle in, because we're about to reel off 10 of the wildest facts about Italy that you probably never knew. Fact number 10. Italy is the 10th largest country in Europe. Italy occupies a total area of approximately 301,230 square kilometers, making it the 10th largest country in Europe. To put that size into perspective, Italy is just about the size of the Philippines. But Italy's size doesn't tell the whole story. It is its position and coastal geography that make it truly unique. Italy is bordered by several seas. The Adriatic Sea lies to the east, the Ionian Sea to the southeast, the Tyrrhenian Sea to the west, the Ligurian Sea in the northwest, and further south you'll find the Sea of Sardinia and the Strait of Sicily. All these seas shape Italy's complex coastline, giving it one of the most extensive and diverse shorelines in Europe. Now, speaking of Italy's coastline, did you know it's one of the longest in the continent? Fact 9. Italy has one of the longest coastlines in Europe, with about 7,600 kilometers, including 450 islands around the Mediterranean. Italy's coastline stretches about 7,600 kilometers if you include not only the mainland, but also the nearly 450 islands scattered around the larger Mediterranean. To put this coastline length in context, Italy's coastline is one of the longest in all of Europe, right behind countries like Norway and Greece. Its 450 islands range from small, uninhabited islets to large, bustling islands such as Sicily, the largest island in the Mediterranean. This makes Italy not just a peninsula, but also an archipelago when you think of it that way. Speaking of Sicily, just a few kilometers off its eastern coast rises one of Italy's most famous natural landmarks. Fact 8. Mount Etna in Sicily is the highest active volcano in Europe. This majestic volcano stands at about 3,403 meters tall and is the highest active volcano in Europe. In fact, Mount Etna's stature is so impressive that it's visible from space under some certain conditions and dominates the landscape of eastern Sicily. But what does it mean to be the highest active volcano? It means that Etna is not just tall, it's alive and constantly erupting, making it one of the most closely monitored volcanoes in the world. If you were to look at Etna's eruptions recorded over the past 3,500 years, you'd find that it has erupted more than 200 times. Many people believe volcanoes always erupt destructively, but Etna's eruptions vary. Some are explosive, while others create spectacular lava flows that slowly cascade down its slopes, creating new layers of fertile volcanic soil that have proven excellent for agriculture. Its constant activity and size also make it a major point of interest for scientists studying volcanic activity and for tourists wanting an unforgettable view of nature's power. Fact 7. Mount Vesuvius near Naples is the only active volcano on mainland Europe. This towering stratovolcano is not just the only active volcano on mainland Europe, it is among the world's most notorious volcanoes thanks to its catastrophic eruption in AD 79. To put that eruption into perspective, Vesuvius hurled a towering column of volcanic ash and gases nearly 33 kilometers into the sky, releasing heat and energy equivalent to 100,000 times the bomb that destroyed Hiroshima during World War II. It blanketed the surrounding cities of Pompeii, Herculaneum, and others, burying them in layers of ash and molten rock. This deadly pyroclastic flow incinerated everything in its path, instantly freezing people and buildings. Hundreds of years later, their remains were uncovered, offering an extraordinary snapshot of Roman life. But Vesuvius is not just a relic of the past. It last erupted violently in 1944, destroying nearby villages, and since then, it has remained an ever-present threat watched closely by volcano experts and residents alike. With over 17,000 years of volcanic activity history, it ranks among the world's most dangerous volcanoes, making it a vital study subject for volcanologists. Now, if you travel approximately 170 kilometers north from Naples, you'll cross diverse Italian landscapes until you reach the Po River, which brings us to the next fact. Fact 6. The Po River is Italy's longest river. This is Italy's longest river, flowing an impressive 652 kilometers, about 405 miles, from the southwestern Alps to the Adriatic Sea on the east coast. The source of the Po is located high in the Alps, giving it a steady supply of cold glacier and snowmelt waters which feed its journey through northern Italy. The river's length is about the distance you'd cover if you drove from Rome almost up to the French border. The Po has historically played an enormous role in Italy's economy and development, serving as a critical waterway for agriculture, transport, and settlements along its broad banks. It has a drainage basin that covers about 71,000 square kilometers, meaning it collects rainfall and runoff from a vast region of northern Italy. Following the Po River downstream just a few kilometers south of the riverbanks, you enter what is known as the Po Valley, or the Pianura Padana in Italian, which brings us to the next fact. Fact 5. The Po Valley is the largest plain in Italy and the country's most fertile agricultural region. The Po Valley is Italy's largest and most fertile plain. This vast flatland stretches across northern Italy, covering around 46,000 square kilometers, which is roughly equivalent to the size of the entire country of the Netherlands. The Po Valley is exceptionally rich in nutrients because centuries of river sediment deposits have enriched the soil, making it Italy's agricultural heartland and a breadbasket for much of Europe. If you were to fly over this area, you'd see endless fields growing everything from rice and wheat to corn and sunflowers. It's not only Italy's most productive farming region, but also one of the most densely populated due to fertile farmlands attracting people for millennia. Cities like Milan and Turin lie on the edges of this vast valley, showcasing a fascinating mix of industrial growth and rural agriculture. In a broader European context, the Po Valley ranks as one of the continent's largest plains, smaller but richer agriculturally than the North European plain. Fact 4. Lake Garda is the largest lake in Italy. If you were to embark on a geographical journey across Italy, a great place to start would be at Lake Garda, Italy's largest lake, spanning an impressive 370 square kilometers. Situated in northern Italy, Lake Garda is nestled between the regions of Lombardy, Veneto, and Trentino Alto Adige, acting as a natural jewel amidst these areas. It's about 52 kilometers long and up to 16 kilometers wide, making it not only Italy's largest but also the third largest lake in the greater Alpine region after Lake Geneva and Lake Constance. Many people believe Italy's famous lakes are small and scenic spots, but Lake Garda defies that assumption with a shore length that stretches approximately 158 kilometers, offering diverse landscapes from narrow, fjord-like northern waters surrounded by towering mountains to the broad southern basin with its hills formed during the last ice age. Standing at an elevation of 65 meters above sea level, the lake reaches a staggering depth of 346 meters, making it one of the deepest lakes in Europe. Its volume holds around 49 billion cubic meters of water, showcasing its sheer magnitude. If you travel just a few kilometers east from Lake Garda, you will encounter the majestic Mount Baldo, a mountain range that rises dramatically from the lake's eastern shores and separates it from the Adige River Valley. Now, shift your view down south and you'll find yourself on the small but geopolitically interesting island of Lampedusa, which leads us to the next fact. Fact 3. Lampedusa is the southernmost island of Italy and is closer to Africa than mainland Europe. This island holds the title of being the southernmost point of Italy, located just about 200 kilometers from Sicily, yet importantly much closer to the African mainland, only around 113 kilometers away. Geologically part of the African plate, Lampedusa forms a natural bridge between Europe and Africa, with historical migration routes and rich biodiversity including important marine life like loggerhead turtles. To put this closeness into context, Lampedusa lies farther from mainland Italy than it does from the coast of Tunisia, highlighting Italy's geopolitical and geographical reach into the Mediterranean basin. Many people mistakenly believe that all of Italy's territory clings neatly to the European mainland, but Lampedusa shows how Italy's diverse geography extends well beyond mainland Europe's physical boundaries. Fact 2. Italy has more climate zones per square kilometer than any other European country. Within a surprisingly compact area, Italy hosts more climate zones per square kilometer than any other country on the continent. Coastal areas like Liguria, southern Tuscany, and Sardinia have Mediterranean climates, hot, dry summers, and mild, wet winters. Moving north and inland to the Po Valley in the Alps sees continental and then alpine climates, with colder temperatures and snowy winters at higher elevations. This means that while you might be enjoying palm-lined beaches and olive groves in the south, a few hundred kilometers north you can find yourself in snowy mountain passes and lush alpine meadows. Italy's climate zones are broadly categorized into the Mediterranean, alpine, and continental. But within these broad groups, there are numerous microclimates created by Italy's complex topography of mountains, valleys, and seas. This climatic richness impacts everything from Italy's famous wine regions to the types of fruits grown and the traditional architecture adapted to local weather conditions. Fact 1. Mountains cover more than 1/3 of Italy's land surface. The Italian landscape is dramatically shaped by mountain ranges, especially the Alps to the north, forming natural borders with France, Switzerland, Austria, and Slovenia, and the Apennines, which run almost the full length of the peninsula southward through the country's middle. The mountains are not only beautiful, they play a crucial role in climate patterns and water resources. Let me throw more light on that. You see, mountain ranges strongly influence regional climates by blocking or channeling air masses, leading to varying precipitation patterns. For example, the Alps create a rain shadow effect and influence Mediterranean climate southwards. Rivers like the Po originate from alpine snowmelt, supplying vital water resources. In fact, the variety of mountain ecosystems across Italy makes it one of Europe's most mountainous countries relative to its size. To put it into viewpoint, nearly 35% of Italy's land is mountainous, compared to about 23% of Spain and 21% of France, two other large European countries. If you enjoyed these facts, please subscribe to the channel and like the video. For more geographical facts like these, watch our earlier video, 15 facts about South American geography you won't believe are true. Trust me, you'll be amazed. Tap your screen right now to watch.